The college football experience week 9 reaction show on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Yes, play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code. That is TCESGPN. So do that. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
This is Randy Cross. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience week 9. Damn, we're already through 9 weeks. Week 9 reaction show here, youtube.com/the college experience. Hey, had a winning. It wasn't as good as last week, but I had a winning day. So no complaints here, or winning week, I should say, if you add in the Friday night mix. But yeah, look, we're going to go game by game, breaking down all of the madness as, we inch closer and closer to that 12-team invitational. Look, if you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, a.k.a. Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm dying in this fucking country ass fucked up town. Shit flying in my mouth. The fuck, I can't see pollen. Let's get the fuck out this country, mother.
Might have been Deion Sanders last night. That might have been Deion Sanders right there. Yeah, we had some funerals yesterday too.
Oh God!
And just a great day. A lot of fun. I love this fucking sport. I am joined by my co-host. He is also the host of the college basketball experience. And don't look now. Oh man.
1 week.
One damn week. One damn week. Give it up for former staffer at Austin P with the Governors, South Carolina with the Gamecocks, and West Virginia with the Mountaineers, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Moneyline Mac. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Yeah, you blink and all of a sudden November's here. Crazy. Time flies. Cheers.
Time does fly, and we have a lot to break down, man, because there's so many headlines that I have just accumulated, written down here. If I can talk, that'd be great. But it's tough because cloud brain's a real thing. All right. When you drink for 12 hours, the next day you're like, yeah, what a fantastic week. There was the late night slate kind of sucked, but besides that, pretty fire week as far as great games and crazy outcomes and stuff like that. Let's just jump into it because, and I'm going to start this thing. Obviously we already touched on our Tuesday, Wednesday reactions. I went 3-1 on Tuesday and Wednesday, by the way. But Thursday we had 16 people watching this one in the house as South Alabama, Georgia State. Man, we had a 3-point lead. We had a 3-point lead in the fourth quarter, getting 6.5.
Didn't cover.
And we didn't cover. This was a bad beat as South Alabama wins 38-31 to get their second win of the season. And Georgia State, I don't know, man. Del McGee, they'll give him a third year, I think. But man,
yeah,
just because he was such a late hire in year one, they got to find out a way to close out games. Continuing with the bad beats on Friday. Oh, that was not a bad beat. I'm sorry. I forgot the FCS slides were in here. That was an ass whooping.
You're talking about Charlotte. What a joke.
Yeah. I am referring to this game right here where me and you had Charlotte and this was I hold on, let me pay attention to the exact time. This one is a brutal fucking beat. All right, so let's get this. Let me get this straight here. Okay, Charlotte has the lead in the third quarter. Charlotte has the lead with 6 minutes left in the third quarter. I repeat.
Getting 27 and a half.
Charlotte has a 3-point lead. Getting 27 and a half. So 30 and a half point lead at the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. And we lose. And we lose by 34. This is unbelievable, dude. Fuck you, North Texas, by the way, for unnecessarily running this shit up with a minute and 7 seconds left, right? Drew Mestemaker throws for 608 yards. Goddamn David Klingler over here. I don't care what anyone says. This was the right fucking side. We lost. Brutal. But what a comeback. Like early on, it looked like North Texas might drop their second game of the season, but they were able to completely rally the troops to a point where I think it was unjust. Your thoughts on this one, buddy?
I'm with you. Unbelievable. Like I already counted it as a win, covering the number, and then Charlotte somehow loses by like 40, even though they had the lead in the third quarter, and it was a 1-possession game with 10 minutes left. I was like, what the hell?
This was like
it's ridiculous.
Unbelievable outcome. I was still kind of commuting back from Vegas, but I had this on the cell phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? How's this possible? Yeah, definitely a coach aware of the spread, says Clark. Shout out to the great Clark Townsend. Yeah, what a pile of shit. Not Clark, but the Eric Morris for Scott. I mean, come on, 1 minute and 7 seconds left. We're still running shit. Up fucking 20. Nonsense. Up 27. You're still running plays. The good news is we cashed in on this, which was absolutely one of the worst calls ever, maybe in this game, with a roughing the passer going up against Virginia Tech. But the Hokies outshine Cal in double overtime. One of the better games of the week, despite that ridiculous call. And we were all over this one. So we cashed here. Virginia Tech moves to 3-5. Cal, man, if Cal had gotten out of that, you're like, well, I don't know. Anything's possible. The question is can Virginia Tech find 3 wins out of the last 4? Probably unlikely considering they're home to Louisville, but you never know. Louisville's dropped ones before like that. At Florida State, winnable because Florida State's terrible now. Home to Miami, which I guess winnable, knowing that it's November 22nd and Miami is Miami. And then at Virginia, so I guess they'll win out and they'll go 7-5.
7-5, yeah. They'll beat Virginia. They'll spoil Virginia's season.
You gotta like their home spots here.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on this game? This game was bananas. It was really a crazy fucking game.
I don't know how we covered.
Yeah, I thought we had lost like 5 times.
Yeah.
Even when I thought we were lining up for the field goal, I was like, damn it, we laid more than a field goal. So, yeah, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, big win for Tech. These teams that are going cross country continue to struggle. Cal was always fool's gold in terms of like an ACC contender.
Yeah.
They're not very good.
They'll be a bowl team. They'll be a bowl team though.
Yeah, I like that quarterback, which means he'll hit the portal.
Ron Rivera keeps doubling down on that, by the way. He's like, no, we will make sure he's paid, but it's like, well,
so will everybody else.
Yeah.
Ron.
It's like
Riverboat Ron's not the brightest individual.
Yeah, I was like, how much money are you working with? We'll see what we got going here. You're gonna need all that money.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cal's 5-3, and Cal just needs 1 win. And you look, and they're home to the Wahoos this week. They're at Louisville, which I suspect they'll lose. Then they got the Stanford and SMU game. So I guess theoretically they could miss the bowl still, but I kind of expect them to get 1 at least. Yeah. Unbelievable game though. And then, I mean, you want to talk a real pile of shit, but we still hit, but man, Yes, Nevada was getting 21.5 points, so we did cover this game. This was by far our best play because if you look at the yardage, Boise State had 308 yards, Cal had 248. All right, not Cal, Nevada. I'm sorry. We were on the right side of this one all day. Now, Nevada, idiots on the punt block. How many times did I see that, by the way, this week? How many times did we see the fumbled punt? It just seemed to be a theme of this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah. Also a terrible Jeff Choate. I love you, brother. You've been on this show. But you're going for a fake field goal on 4th and 17. That's very hard.
God, I was like,
very hard to commit get 17 yards there.
Well, it was a killer because they would have. There was 5 minutes left in the first half. I was like, first half money line. Like,
I actually think this game, Boise was the better team, but it wasn't by that much.
Not
by that much. Yeah,
one possession game.
Yeah,
yeah.
But we nailed that one. We still hit. Obviously, the first half money line did not hit for us, but it was pretty damn close. I will get to Boise in a second, but yeah, Choate's in for. It's gonna be a big year 3 for him.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a big year 3 for him, man. All right, and then let's start Saturday with. First we did hit on Montana late night. Sticking it to Sacramento State on Friday night, so you're welcome there. But Saturday, the Wacky Mac delivered, Mac.
It always does. It always does.
Kent State down 21-10 in what I feel like late third probably.
Mm-hmm.
They rally, scored 2 touchdowns in the final, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 minutes, something like that. And they win. Kent State beats Bowling Green. They move to 3-5, and all of a sudden, Mac, Kent State, you can see a path to a bowl game. Whoa. What are you talking about, Dundee? They have 3 wins. They have 5 losses. But ahead of them is Ball State, Akron, Central Michigan, and Northern Illinois. I could see them winning 3 of. I'm not going to bet on that, but it wouldn't shock me if they won 3 of the 4. If you're beating Bowling Green, if you're beating UMass by 30, why couldn't you? Losing to Buffalo by 3 tells me a lot. It's been an up and down season for Eddie George. This one, yeah, I know. BG was playing their backup quarterback or their 3rd string quarterback, but it doesn't matter. Mark Carney deserves the job at Kent State. Just 100%. Give him the fucking job. Yeah, this has been eye test wise, they have been much better than I think anybody envisioned. Even I would assume even their staff. So yeah, unbelievable. The Wacky Mac delivers. This is round 1 of the Wacky Mac delivering. It was the theme Saturday. Your thoughts?
I'm glad you said that because I was going to be like, Carney deserves a job. He has done as good a job as anybody in America. They're 3-5. That's 10-0 at Kent State.
Well, especially when you consider the non-con was Texas Tech, Florida State, and Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So
they don't hide. Yeah, you would think Rob Senderoff's coaching goddamn Kent State football here with the way they're overachieving. They need to give Carney the job. I'm with you.
100%. Look, within the MAC, okay, you got blown out at Toledo. Toledo spends way more money than you, right? You have a 3-point loss to Buffalo, who's one of the preseason favorites, where you that game was tied late. You have a 42-6 win against UMass, and you beat Bowling Green 24-21. Bowling Green spends a lot more than you as well. So, Nurse Jockey. I don't know that. I don't know that Antonio Gates is their most famous alum, because a guy named Saban played defensive back for them. Also, a guy named Jack Lambert, the Steelers linebacker that won a bunch of Super Bowls, played for them, and also the absolute great.
Well, I don't get
Lou Holtz.
Lou Holtz played for them as well. How are they struggling with money? Whoever knows. And also what? Julian Edelman too, right? Is that Kent State? It's Kent State.
Yeah, he was a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hall of Fame wide receiver.
Yeah,
He played quarterback in the MAC.
How are they struggling for money? It's pretty remarkable there. Also James Harrison. How about that? I mean, shit, they actually have they have a better alumni base than fucking as far as overall talent, than some SEC schools probably. Unbelievable win though by Kent State, 24-21, getting it done against Bowling Green. And then I'll be honest, there was 2 games that I was completely shocked on that I lost a bunch of money on. This was one of them. Ole Miss goes into Norman and really whooped their ass the whole game, in my opinion. 34-26. Okay, Lane, I've been a skeptic of you. I've always kind of thought your teams are fake. You had the win last year against Georgia, which I thought, okay, started to believe. I think this is the best win of his career, in my opinion.
Yeah, on the
his
road.
Absolute best win of his career. They looked really good. And I think they probably should be a playoff team if they can take care of business, which who knows, but that was a great win. I mean, yeah, it has me thinking how good was Oklahoma in general with that. Oklahoma's offense just seems so stagnant at times, but Oklahoma's defense we know is good.
Yeah.
And for Lane to do that to Oklahoma's defense, I was very, very impressed. And I had a lot of money on this game. Like a lot of money on this game. So I was a bit baffled by this. I mean, they had what, like they outgained it by almost 100 yards, I feel like. So yeah. Pretty damn impressive, I would say, for them to go into Oklahoma. Oklahoma's done, by the way. I think 6-2 with that remaining schedule. At Tennessee, at Alabama, home to Missouri, home to LSU. Now, I guess in theory, Mizzou's quarterback went down. Brian Kelly could be fired by then. So if you can find a way to win in Knoxville, maybe you can go 9-3, and maybe you never know with this season. But it seems like your chances of making the playoffs are very bleak, especially considering your wins really aren't that good. You basically have Michigan, and that's it. Your thoughts on this game?
I mean, I'm with you. I bet Oklahoma. I thought it was a great Oklahoma spot, but Ole Miss is the real deal. Ole Miss is going to the playoff. They're basically a lock. I mean, they just have to go 3-1 down the stretch, and they have their hardest game is at Mississippi State. Like they're going 10-2.
I think you're probably right, but remember they lost to Kentucky at home last year.
Yeah,
I just think. Like, I don't even think it's the South Carolina game. I think Florida is capable of beating them.
Well, that's a weird game just because of the Kiffin rumors too.
Yeah.
But love Lane Kiffin, man.
I think they're a playoff team too.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
But it's possible. It is possible for them to still go 9-3. But I think they're going to be a playoff team.
Yeah, they should be a playoff team. It's a little bit of the year after the year. Everybody thought they were going to be a playoff team last year. This year, they lost a lot and rebuild, but shout out Ferret State, man. I mean
that's still that quarterback change,
stories,
man.
That quarterback change saved their season because Simmons was not good enough, but Chambliss has been unbelievable. And me personally, I hope Ole Miss wins the whole thing. I love Lane Kiffin. I think he's hilarious. You see him talking shit after the game to the Oklahoma player.
Well, apparently he talks shit. Who knows? But
I know. It's just great. He's just like, he's talking shit all game. He calls him out right on the ABC broadcast. I was like, God, Lane Kiffin's a national treasure, man. He's hilarious.
Well, we talked about it. I even think I came into the season thinking like they lost all their production. But to go back and listen to our preview, if memory serves me correct, I didn't go back and listen before this episode. I thought the way the schedule aligned.
Yep.
I just
both had them 10-2.
I thought I look coming into it before I did a deep dive on them. I was like, I'm going to fade Ole Miss this year. And then you go through, and that was before we even knew Trinidad Chambliss. But that's one of the best stories. There's so many good stories in college football. That's why I think the sport is thriving right now. Is like, whether it's that, whether it's Pavia, whether it's some of the other stories like stuff at New Mexico with Jason Eck, or you can go like kind of conference by conference, Kent State. It's a very fun season, but I'm shocked at this one, man. Let me ask you something. If hypothetically here, Oklahoma was to lose out,
He should be fired.
even as he'd be 6-6 with losses to,
They didn't beat they didn't beat anybody. Like their record is a fraud. Oklahoma's a fraud.
I
Oklahoma.
do think they're a little like their offense just has no playmakers to me. Like
Yeah.
Mateer is the lone like guy who can kind of make a play, but I do think they're a little bit overrated with that ranking, considering that schedule was pretty weak before.
As a biased Big 12 guy, I'm enjoying this. They like it's hilarious. They're the new
Oklahoma.
Yeah,
I apologize.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Not
They're the new
Oklahoma.
Nebraska. They lost their identity when they left the Big 12.
Yeah, I still think. I mean, they rushed Mateer back. That game was such a huge loss.
Yep.
They should have played Hawkins that game, I think, and they would have won, potentially. I ate shit on this one, but I knew this was a little bit of a gamble just because, well, Kansas State had won 16 straight, and this was a battle against U2 that I lost. And it took actually Kansas scored like in the first minute of the game to go up 7-0. Kansas State retaliated to make it 7-7. And then Kansas State completely not only did they fumble the punt, but almost the ball was given perfectly to a Kansas State player. It was in the rain, but perfectly given to a K-State special teams player that took it back for a touchdown. And I think the very next possession, Jalen Daniels fumbled. And at that point, I knew the stage was too big for these Jayhawks. And Kansas State put it on them despite having several guys out. So I did lose money here as well. I actually started off the morning slate pretty horrible. K-State very much alive, by the way, because
I know
we'll get to the rankings in a little bit, but well, let's just say this: what Iowa State lost yesterday, Arizona State lost yesterday, Baylor lost yesterday, and all of a sudden, Kansas State is climbing the ranks, getting back into the mix here. Your thoughts on this one as K-State just dominates 17 straight. I saw some Kansas fans fed up with Lance Leipold, and here's all I'll say to that.
Oh yeah, careful what you wish for.
Well, and here's all I'll say to that is, you got a $300 million donation in early September, the largest in the history of college athletics. I understand your defense has been ass, but you also haven't had any players on defense. Right? Your O-line at times can give up, you have $300 million coming in.
Yeah.
I think he's the right coach for the job. Watch the talent level. You saw with Joey McGuire, right?
Yeah.
Like,
what was Kansas before Leipold?
Yeah. Yeah. Just be patient here.
Yeah.
Let him go out and get the quality athlete that he wants moving forward with $300 million. I think X's and O's wise, he's a very good coach, but Kansas State is the more talented roster on paper when it comes to money and everything for this season. Okay.
Absolutely. They have K-State is what Kansas was last year. They lost all those 1-score games, but they're going to be a pain in the ass for everybody coming down the stretch. Anybody that thinks Leipold should be on the hot seat at Kansas, like, what are we talking about here? Like,
he's still going to take them to a bowl, I would imagine.
Yes.
They're 4-4 right now. Okay, they got Oklahoma State next week, so they're 5-4. The remaining schedule is hard. At Arizona, at Iowa State, home to Utah. 6-6. They'll be 6-6. Another bowl game, you build on it.
It was a miracle whenever they won a Big 12 game before he got there. Now he's got him in a bowl game every other year. So, I think Leipold should take the Wisconsin job.
What? No, because you have $300 million coming in.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if the Kansas fans are really ungrateful that of the job he's done, he should just be like, all right, I'll show you. I'll go to Wisconsin and win 8-9 games every year, and Kansas can go back to sucking. Who do they think they are? This isn't Kansas basketball. This is Kansas football.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my thing is like, just wait. I mean, to leave for Wisconsin, I'm with you. Like,
well, he's a Wisconsin guy.
I know, but it's just not better anymore. Like, the Big Ten is ridiculous. You in this conference have a chance to make the playoffs every year. And now you're going to be, arguably the top funded team in the conference. Texas Tech and then them probably, because it was a one-time donation where Cody Campbell's kind of committed to it every year.
I know. Cody Campbell's great.
But I would say, like, you are sitting there at the top of the spenders in the Big 12, so you should be fine moving forward. I actually think right now Kansas is a better job than Wisconsin. I feel pretty confident saying that. But, okay. Yeah, I mean, Wisconsin could be a dream job. I know he was at Whitewater for so long. He also could go to Nebraska. I believe he's from Nebraska.
I think he's a good fit at either of those jobs.
Nebraska is a better job than Wisconsin to me because I think they're willing to spend more.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
I still think Kansas with the $300 million donation. What the fuck? I mean, your basketball rosters. I was just at basketball media days for a bunch of different conferences. The most teams are spending are like $5 million on a roster. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what the hell are you doing with the rest of that $300 million? You know what I mean? So yeah, pretty. K-State just stuck it to them. And what's crazy is Leipold over the past couple of years had that thing really close. This was like, it was a 2-point loss, 4-point loss, whatever it was. This one, just an ass whooping. The minute that punter dropped the ball, ass whooping.
Speaking of overreactions, K-State fans wanted climbing out. K-State's all right. Like climbing right at that ship, and they're going to win 7-8 games like they always do. Even in a year where they lost all these one-score games.
No, and K-State, they're not out of this thing yet.
I know. They lost all the non-con games.
They host Texas Tech next week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge spot for them. I personally got them going 3-1 down the stretch. They'll end up at 7-5. If they can find a way to win in Salt Lake City on the 22nd, hey, maybe they can get back to the Big 12 championship. All right, next up, let's jump to another one that I lost. The noon slate was not very kind to me here. With the order of this sheet, I did have some success later on at the noon slate, but I felt good the whole game until it wasn't good.
Yeah. What a collapse.
We had a 24 to 14 halftime lead. We had a 31-17 fourth quarter lead. And we lost all of that. Memphis, shout out to Memphis. If you're a James Patty C was texting me right away because JMU, Tulane, Navy, gigantic winners with this. This was an awesome game to watch, by the way. It's a very fun game to watch. Yep. Memphis, shout out to Memphis. 34-31. They get it done. Score 17 in the fourth to pull this one out of their ass. As Grammatica misses a game-tying field goal. What's crazy is South Florida had over 115 yards more offense than Memphis, but they turned the ball over a little bit more. So, I guess what Memphis had a couple fumbles though, so maybe it was even. Your thoughts on this one?
I can't believe South Florida blew this game. I mean, this is such a devastating loss with the stakes of the college football playoff. Memphis back in the thick of things, man. And this G5 playoff spot is wide the fuck open.
Yeah, Danny Cannell, worst tweet of the fucking week. With his no G5 team should make the playoffs. What are you talking about here? What the fuck are you talking about? It's because they're losing. What happens when they played all bye games? You know what I mean? Like when they go and have to play on the road. No, strong disagree. Worst tweet of the weekend. Memphis. ECU is going to ruin Memphis this season.
Well, this is what we talk like when we do the made up segment every week, the land down under questions where we just fire and talk about nothing. we talked about this where the AAC is going to just beat up on each other. It's going to be madness.
And JMU is just going to be sitting there. Huge game for JMU this Tuesday.
I know.
Huge fucking game this Tuesday. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting down the stretch because Memphis, all 4 games remaining for Memphis
are
legit tough games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's Silverfield. He's not running the table.
Oh man, it's gonna be high drama. Where South Florida's got UTSA this week, and then at Navy and at UAB. No Trent Dilfer.
Oh yeah.
Before home to the Rice Owls.
Hey, just a reminder, everybody that's saying Memphis is going to the playoff, they just lost to UAB last week. College football, baby.
What a fucking what a game. All right, so yeah, I started out 0-3 chronologically, but then I battled back because Appalachian State, which by the way, getting 14.5. This was an easy Dundee play here. But this game was a bit wild. If App State could not throw interceptions in the red zone, I think they would have won this game by double digits.
Yeah.
So look, Old Dominion, to their credit, was up, I think 24-7 in the fourth. So this was a backdoor cover. But damn, if App State didn't throw 2 red zone interceptions. I mean, App State easily could have been up. They could have easily been the other way around at halftime. It could have been 21-10 App State at halftime. But I'm glad to see them battle back because it was very frustrating early on in the game. They were starting the wrong quarterback. I think Swan is better than he's better than the Iowa State transfer. What's it, Cole? I think Swan's better.
Yeah.
Nice cover here. ODU survives. They're still in that mix of JMU, especially if JMU gets upset. I don't know though. They got to lose twice though, right? Because they lost to Marshall. I don't know, but they'll at least still be a bowl team. A good year for Ricky Ronnie with ODU there. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping Old Dominion maybe could make the playoff, but I mean they've kind of spiraled here lately. 5-3. They're not going to make the Sun Belt title game. But I mean, Ricky Ronnie's going to survive, and they're going to get to a bowl game. To your point,
I think they'll probably. I mean, looking at this remaining
they
schedule,
should win 7-8 games. I think
they could win every single one.
Yeah,
like left. I'm saying so they could be at 9-3. Maybe they get upset by Georgia Southern or something. 8-4. That's a good season regardless.
100%. I mean, they played at Indiana week 1.
And just what they've had to go through ever since COVID when they won that natty when they didn't play a game. That was tough, man. He had just gotten hired. You're like, oh, fuck off. You're like, what am I? Anyway, folks, want to tell you that the College Football Experience Reaction Show is brought to you by MyBookie.ag. MyBook is your place to bet on football, and everything else. Their prop builder, second to none. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head on over to mybookie.ag. And when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN for 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code TCESGPN. And we're also brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. And with Novig, you are getting some of the best prices. Novig's available in 35 different states. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. So get in on the action with Novig. Promo code SGPN. All right. So, had that. And then the most hilarious game of the day. Maybe. This might have been the funniest fucking game of the day. If there's ever a loss to epitomize or that would perfectly describe a program, it might be what the Purdue Boilermakers did.
Oh my God. I can't believe they lost.
This game was unfucking believable, dude.
How did I win this lock with Rutgers?
So Purdue led wire to almost wire.
They led for 59 minutes and 59 seconds. I don't know how they lost this game. It's a crazy game.
One of the most hilarious fucking outcomes ever. Like, first off, the way you saw Schiano smiling, even though Rutgers outgained him by like over 200 yards, I feel like, or right around 200 yards. So if you didn't catch the game, Rutgers ties it up. Just a few seconds left in the game, or I forget how many seconds were left of that turnover. But one of the more hilarious turnovers you'll ever see, because it's like the deflected pass that goes back to the quarterback. A lot of times you see the quarterback knock it down. I saw people complaining yesterday to knock it down. I disagree with those people saying that, because I think quarterbacks should play football. But the problem is he caught it, and then he got hit and he fumbled. And Rutgers ends up with the ball, which sets him up for a win. I disagree, though. You play football. Hilarious. Okay, protect the football better. Sure. Have a quarterback that can actually make a play, perhaps. But actually, he's a little bit athletic. I'm not going to shit on him all the way. It's just, hey, look, he fumbled. That's life, right? Rutgers goes into West Lafayette and steals it. And I think part of the reason why Schiano is jumping up and down is, I think with that win, he realizes
bowl.
They can make a bowl.
that was the reason I locked them. I was like, all right, Schiano
always no business hitting this. You fucking prick.
I was like, Schiano always gets to a bowl game. He has to win this game, because now there is a path. Shout out to the Golden Guido, baby.
I mean, hilarious outcome. Why the quarterback, caught the ball makes well. If he can run, I just think you play football, man. Yeah. Like, I get the strategy thing of it. It's like, but I just think, to me, like, I hate when I would see like Aaron Rodgers or something. The ball comes back to him and he just slaps it down. I'm like, oh, dude. Because sometimes there is an avenue to run.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I've seen it before where you can actually get yards. But pretty. That honestly. I know I had this as one of the dumbest games of the week, but it actually delivered, man. It delivered game. Very much so.
Hilarious game of the week.
Yeah, and so Rutgers to make a bowl. They're at Illinois next week, which they'll probably lose. Then they're home to Maryland. That's the one you circle. At Ohio State, lose. Home to Penn State. So there is a path to 6-6. The Golden Guido does it again.
That's what he does. He always gets to a bowl game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Clark. Yeah, that's a good point. He had no timeouts too. I just think sometimes it's a reaction though, right? Yeah. It's just like you're playing and boom, it hits. But yeah, I get your point. All right. Well, hilarious game number one. Now, okay, I cashed on this. I think it was one of my smarter plays of the week, but I'm a little bit upset because the money line should have cashed. Absolutely should have cashed. If you watch this game.
Oh my God.
We did lock up North Carolina with the points and had the money line. And in my opinion, they were vastly the better team. The better team. How about this? If you didn't watch this game, North Carolina fumbled the ball into the end zone while the receiver reached out for the pylon, in a rule that I like. I know a lot of these millennials don't like that rule. I love that rule because I think you should value the football at the goal line. It was like the first or second drive of the game that happened, right? Pivotal fumble. And Carolina basically outplayed them all game. They also had a terrible red zone pick on a deflection. And then in overtime, they go for 2, which I disagree. I think that was a terrible. There's so many things to ridicule here from the coaching staff of Carolina. Obviously, you're throwing a rollout on your quarterback's weak side arm, right? But the more important thing is that you guys have dominated the game. North Carolina dominated offensively over Virginia. You are at home. There is no reason to go for 2, in my opinion. I thought it was the wrong decision from the start. I was on.
How did the guy not reach the ball out?
Well, they throw it late, but part of throwing it late, Lopez, it got to the running back. It's got to be bang, bang, right? And you're throwing from his weak side. So it's going to take a little, like a beat longer. I honestly think it was, first off, they shouldn't have gone for 2, and they definitely shouldn't have called that play. If you call that play, you call it flip. You call it on the flip side. because for it to be bang bang, especially that play's got to be bang bang. You can't. Timing is everything on that. So, yeah, terrible loss for Carolina because they were certainly the better team. Like I say that without question. Yeah. They looked way better to me than Virginia. But sometimes the better team doesn't always win. We'll talk about Mississippi State later. Yeah, your thoughts.
So obviously I live in Virginia. Family, a lot of my family is Wahoos. God, I was praying for some misery here. I was like, come on, Carolina, please pull this off. Dude, this Wahoo team, they're the luckiest. They have the magic, man. I'm
them in Texas, luckiest teams in
the nation. I was like, God damn, they're really 7-1.
They had 250 yards of offense and one on the road. And think about that.
They're such an annoying fan base too. Like they're like, oh, like did Tony Elliott's not doing a good job? And I'm like, he's 7-1. He's 7-1. Virginia hasn't been good since the 90s. So Virginia has the magic. Belichick, I don't even know what to say with him anymore. I'm with you. They should have kicked the extra point, gone to double overtime. They were the better team.
Think about that for a second. Like normally when you go for 2, it's like, man, we can't keep up with these guys. Yeah. They had been whooping their ass all day.
They were controlling the line of scrimmage
all day. You are at home. I understand it if it's on the road a little bit more. You're like, fuck it, let's just get out of there. Yeah. The longer we play, the more momentum. You are at home. What was the logic on this? I don't understand it.
I think him and Jordan had a Halloween party they had to get to, so he's just like, end it. How does the guy not extend his arm to get the ball?
I think it was still late though. Yeah, you're right. But also you got to remember they fumbled twice into the end zone, in the past, 5 quarters. But when's the last time a Power 5 game happened where the road team only had 250 yards of offense and won? I'm sure maybe Iowa 1 year.
The other fraud team, Texas, last week, they had 190.
You're right. You're right, actually. So maybe it happens more often than I realize. But,
the fraud teams do it somehow.
Unbelievable. So the Wahoos currently still first place, by the way.
They're going to fucking be in the playoff. It's ridiculous.
Well, I think they have a very dangerous game this week at Cal. Very, very dangerous game. I think that's when I look at the remaining schedule, I think that's the most dangerous game of all 4. They're at Cal, then home to Wake. I mean, I guess, this schedule looks a little harder than I thought it was a couple weeks ago. At Duke, then home to Virginia Tech.
Who's going to ruin their season? Tech.
The Hokies. Philip Montgomery's last game. Unbelievable outcome there. I can't believe. Yeah, I'm with James. How do you not kick the extra point? You are at home in a game that you are dominating statistically.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. It wasn't like you were there by accident. Virginia was there by accident. Virginia should be the team going for 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unbelievable rivalry game there. Next up. Oh, the Wacky Mac delivered now. Shout out to that.
Covered.
Yeah, that jackass that hops in the chat every week and talks shit to us. His name's Doug or something. He talked shit last week. He hops in and is like, you giving the books money. Well, last week he this is the best part about this Mac is he shits on us on our Friday car, by Friday he gets in the chat and he shits on us, but he watches us every week, which is great. And so he comes in last week and he talks shit about our Arkansas and our Arizona State picks. Well, Arkansas covered against A&M. Arizona State wins outright against Texas Tech. This week, this was the one he circled, right? This was the one he goes, Ohio is going to destroy Eastern Michigan. Nope. Eastern Michigan covered with ease. Glad to see we're working for the books. We're working for the books, man. Lock win for Moneyline McIntyre here. This was a fun game. I watched this whole game. I still think Ohio's the best team in the MAC, but it is the Wacky MAC. So, I mean, with every week, I don't know that. I don't think they're winning out or anything.
No, they're definitely vulnerable. Shout out Chris Creighton for covering once again. I'm gonna keep backing him, man. I like your trade.
And EMU fans better not want him fired. Stop.
Oh my god, that job's horrible. Like
he's 2-7. He'll make a bowl next year.
Right? Yeah.
He'll make a bowl next year. Next up. Boy. I had Syracuse plus 17 here.
They suck.
Oh man, come on. I mean, when they go for the 2 with the 7-minute mark, when they just kick the extra point, you're thinking you're good. Haynes King though did rush for a touchdown, which did hit my props for that. So, but you know what is killer? Syracuse forces a turnover early on in this game and gets down to the 1-yard line. I thought this was a pivotal point in the game, even though I think they probably would have got their ass whooped regardless in hindsight. But they get all the way down to the 1, and they get back-to-back false starts at the 1-yard line. I thought that was so huge to only get 3 there. When you're on the road against a top 10 team, you need 7 right fucking there. Right there. Shout out to these Yellow Jackets, man. They have a slippery game at Carter Finley Stadium.
Yeah.
This Saturday. But your thoughts on the Rambling Wreck here?
I mean, Georgia Tech is going to make the playoff, I think. I'm just looking at their schedule. If they can just get by this week, if they're 11-0 headed into Georgia and they lose the Georgia game and ACC title, are they in? I think they're in.
I want you to not look past the trip to Chestnut Hill. The reason why I say that, so they're at NC State this week. Well, Chestnut Hill, you know who recruited Brent Key?
Billy O'Brien.
That's what I'm saying. They were on the same. Yeah. So I feel like they know. You know, he knows how the bastard thinks. If you get my point.
Because I understand how the bastard thinks. I taught him.
Now I own one.
But yeah, unbelievable. I love Georgia Tech being back and relevant in college football.
That's great. It's great, man. It's great. Good for Georgia Tech, man. I'm happy for that fan base.
Yeah. Also, one of the craziest games of the day was this game right here.
SMU finally lost an ACC regular season game.
Oh my God, man!
I didn't wake up with this game.
I saw someone in the chat earlier. Where is this? Hold on, let me see if I can find this.
Hilarious game.
Where was this comment in the chat? Someone saying like I'm still nauseous from. I don't know if it was the very beginning of the episode. Someone said they're nauseous still from the SMU losing at Wake Forest. Having money on this game, I can't find it. The chat's gone on longer than I realized. Hilarious tweet though, or comment, whatever the fuck. This game was fucking hilarious, dude. SMU, what the fuck is wrong with you, by the way?
How do you lose that game?
This was a terrible coaching job by SMU, I thought, personally. Like, I thought when you were gifted that other red zone turnover, there's no way you can lose that game at that point. You have to run out. First off, you got to do the math on the timeout situation. You also, can you threaten a little bit, be a little bit aggressive? If you didn't catch this game, SMU had Wake had a 10-6 halftime lead, but SMU dominated the final, pretty much the final part of the game as far as from a score point of view. It was 6-0 until the final play of the game when their kicker, Wake Forest's kicker, Calvert, made a 50-yard field goal. One of my favorite things is looking at the stat sheet and seeing just how ridiculous this game was. Wake Forest you turn the ball over this many times, I don't think you win many games. Or if you add in the
five turnovers, they win 13.
They had 6 fumbles in the game alone. Some of those recovered. Yeah. But Wake Forest. And honestly, they should have beat Georgia Tech. They should be sitting here at 6-1. Hilarious game. Absolutely fucking hilarious game. Your thoughts on the Demon Deeks against SMU. How did SMU not win this fucking game?
Because it's the ACC. Dude, how about the job Dickert's doing? They're gonna get to a bowl game. They're
Not only
5-2.
a bowl game, dude. Like
They're like in contention for the ACC.
Like if that ref gets that Georgia Tech call right, they would have one loss in the ACC
and the tiebreaker over Georgia Tech. They got fucked in that Georgia Tech.
They really did, dude. They really fucking did.
This sport is fucking on crack lately.
They're at Florida State next week.
Win.
SMU still alive, but what a critical game. They can, you know what though? If SMU beats Miami this next Saturday, that can get them back into the mix.
Yeah, agreed.
Hilarious game, 13-12. Also a hilarious game here in Lincoln, Nebraska. As look, Nebraska had a kick return out of the second half that I think was the difference in the game. I mean, the score indicates that, but I'm saying like it was 7-6 at halftime. Opening kick, second half. Nebraska's kick returner takes it back to the house. That dude has had a bunch of returns this year too. Northwestern had their chances. I personally thought they kind of got hosed on a defensive holding.
Yeah.
On a fourth, they went for like a 4th and 4 or 4th and 5 late in that game, where the receiver hit him with a double move and the corner bit, and he held on for dear life. Refs let it go. I mean, look, I hate saying that because I like physicality, but that one was pretty obvious, I thought. Either way, Nebraska survives, and that was a critical loss for Northwestern.
And that game next week is huge. USC, Nebraska, like that's an elimination game. I can't wait for that game. I think both teams are frauds, but with the way the playoff is set up and those big brands, they both have 2 losses. If either of those 2 teams have 2 losses at the end of the year, they're getting in with their name and brand.
I personally think Nebraska is a much more bigger fraud.
I agree. Yeah. I agree, but they're
at home.
But they're at home,
yeah.
and their schedule's beautiful.
Yeah, we said this. I took them in June to potentially, I have a ticket on them to make the playoffs. I just thought it was cooked. But Nebraska could also lose at UCLA the next week. Nebraska's not that good, so it's like, but it is a huge game. It is an absolutely huge game. Brandon, your special teams is fucking incredible, man. Remember the Maryland game? They basically had 2 kick returns for touchdowns. That's what brought them back to beat Maryland. Amen, brother. And shout out to congrats on the nice win. Folks, want to tell you, the college football experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog is a great place to play fantasy pick'em, where you can win up to 500 times the amount of money you enter. Simply pick higher or lower in your favorite player's stats. It's available in a ton of different sports. Hell, I play it for everything. College football, college basketball, CFL, MLB, NBA, it doesn't even matter. Everything. All right. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play $5, get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code TCESGPN over at Underdog Fantasy. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is crushing it in college football and NFL with their picks and props. Rhythm's also giving away weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model that you build, and you could win $1,000 there. So what are you doing? Jump on over there, sign up with Rhythm, download the app, and when you do, use the promo code SGPN25. That's Rhythm, RITHMM. 25% off your first month is what SGPN25 will get you. So download Rhythm. Use that promo code SGPN25. All right, next up, we are going to the bloodbath. Oh my good God.
I talked so much shit in this game.
Oh my good God. You know what? I watched 0 of this game. Absolutely 0. And I have a 9 TV setup.
Yeah.
So from the start, I'll be honest, I watched almost 0 of the Purdue Rutgers game. But when I saw it was, I don't like these NFL Big Ten games they try to throw on us, right? I try not to watch them. Illinois, Washington, I watched a little of, right? But I try not to watch the corporate games they shove down our throat. I almost wish I would have watched this in hindsight because when I see the stat sheet, I'm just like, whoa. They were 2 of 15 on 3rd and 4th down. 2 of 15 UCLA was on 3rd and 4th down.
Yeah.
And just the fact you got your ass whooped that bad, 56-6. And shout out to what is it, the Hurd brothers? I think I forget if that's their Twitter handle or not, but I thought they make a great point by saying everyone talks about the divide that I don't think is just personally. I don't think they just talk about the financial divide, but I don't think that it's actually accurate, Mac. The finances might be accurate, but I'm saying there's too many good football players. So I think the gap between they keep saying, well, the group of 5 teams, the gap is so small. It's growing against the Power 5. They're not even going to be able to play in the same sport anymore.
Yeah,
I think there's too many good football players. So I don't think that's possible. I think there's too many good football players on the planet. But no one, but the Hurd brothers are bringing up. What about the gap here? Like, no, this is worse than Kent State taking on Oklahoma. You know what I mean? UCLA, Indiana is way more of a bloodbath than a lot of these group of 5 games. Your thoughts?
Hilarious. I mean, I've been going back and forth with the Ohio State fans. I'm gonna say it. I'll say it right now on the show. Indiana is the best team in the country.
Oh,
From what we've watched on the field. Everybody's
I might battle you.
There's
a team I'm sold on, and it's not Ohio State.
A&M.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we'll get. I think it's Indiana, man. When you go to Oregon and win, and you go to Kinnick at Iowa and win.
A&M went to Notre Dame and won.
Yeah,
I mean,
but and then when they played home, they beat everybody by 50.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
But the fuck, like they beat Illinois like they were playing Western Illinois. This team is fucking good. I don't understand why everybody won't give them their flowers, other than the old Indiana still in their mind.
I think eye test alone, Indiana and A&M would be the national championship for me, based on this season. Right.
I could get on board with that.
Right. But yes, I would certainly put Indiana over Ohio State right now, based on what I've seen. On what I've seen, I guess to your point, the way they've demolished some of these teams, I think A&M has not done it like that, even though they did last night. Right?
Yeah. Week in,
week out, they haven't done what Cignetti has done. So maybe there's some validity there where it might make sense to have them. I think I had them ranked number 1 in the database top 25. So I think we are on the same page to a certain extent. I think if they played, I think A&M's, I think Marcel Reed's dual threat capabilities and the way Elko's team can guard, I think they're criminally, I think they have the blueprint to win the national championship.
Agreed. I don't know how people rank Ohio State 1. Like I know they won the Natty last year and it's Ohio State, but Indiana and A&M have way better resumes.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Cignetti. He's great. He's great.
He's great. Dude. Shout out to Ryan Gordon too, giving us $20. Be repping his Let It Ride shirt Saturday when I fly out to Denton to watch the midshipman battle North Texas. That game is awesome. Let's go midshipman, brother. And appreciate you, man. Thanks for the $20 as well, man. And we're I know Mac's an Army guy, but I'll be rooting for after how North Texas did me dirty on Friday night. Sink them. All right. Sink them.
Listen, I am an Army guy, but I still root for the Navy and I root for the Air Force. And I also see our guy Tailgate Reports in the chat. Let's go, baby. One of the best follows on Twitter.
He's the fucking best, too. I'll get to him in a second. Yes. Jeff Sharp, though, Ohio State's played nobody. A&M does give up points. But A&M, have you seen their percentage on 3rd and 4th down? And
they're good. They're really good.
A&M actually has, I think they do give up points, to your point, but I think they're getting better as the season goes along. Not that Indiana's not.
Yeah.
But I think, the defense was so bad last year that Elko getting his hands back on the DC spot with Bateman, I think they got guys, man. Watching the game last night, I was like, man, that DN is a fucking beast.
Yeah.
I actually think A&M has more players on their defense that will be drafted than Indiana. Indiana's probably playing more cohesive this so far this year, but I think A&M will have more guys in the NFL than Indiana. Shout out to a tailgate report. If you're not following his account,
it's great.
Their account, what I don't know, is it all? Because I think it's one person, but I'm not educated. I apologize, but thanks for the $20, by the way. But I use a Memorial Stadium, quite beautiful, but has the worst public Wi-Fi in the FBS. He says also, I'm being forced against my will to go in an NFL contest today. That sounds horrible. Everyone send your prayers and help me get through this trying event. That is a very trying event. I mean, at least hopefully it's Lambeau, Soldier, Arrowhead, any of those three, even Heinz or whatever they're calling that shit now these days, right? Give me one of those. Don't tell me you're going to Lucas Oil or something, buddy. Don't fucking do it. Don't do it. All right. There's a lot of other good shopping malls in America that I highly recommend more. All right.
Hey, food courts. Where do you go next week for your game? And all the shirt of the week is always the best.
It is every fucking time. He kills it with that, man. We got to have him. I think at some point, and it might take the off season.
Yeah.
Or maybe the lead up to like Army Navy or something. We got to have you on the show at Tailgate Report to talk about everything that you do, because I love the passion. I love everything, man. Everything about it. All right. Let's continue on this journey, because I ate shit here, and oh my God, of course this game completely wacky, because I felt like Arkansas was dominating this game.
Yeah.
Oh, they were up double digits at halftime. Auburn scores 17 in the fourth, and shame on, I know Omega Blake had a big fumble. That was not on Taylor Green, but Taylor Green's 3 interceptions. Am I crazy, or did all three seem like on the same exact pass pattern? It seemed like the double cross far like out of bounds side, and he just never sees that safety because they're playing zone or corner, whatever it is. I just felt like it was deja vu on the same interceptions. Bobby Petrino's not going to be the coach of Arkansas next year.
No, it sucks. I was hoping it would happen, but it's not going to happen as much as I want it to happen. But shout out to Auburn. I mean, that was a gritty win. They lost.
They're going to get to a bowl.
Yeah,
they're going to go 6-6. Actually, they're going to go 7-5.
Yeah,
they're going to beat Alabama.
Hilarious.
Maybe we'll see, but I think they could. Yeah, nice win for Auburn. Great come from behind win.
Yep.
Next up. Oh, I warned you, fucks. I warned you. Bat Detective, where you at, buddy? All right. I knew the Wacky Mac would deliver. I knew they were live. Akron goes into UB Stadium and wins outright, 24-16 against these Buffalo Bulls. Yeah, I mean, Pete Lembo. What's going on, buddy? What's going on? I don't even know if they're going to get to a bowl. Their remaining schedule for Buffalo: at Bowling Green, at Central Michigan, home to Miami, Ohio, home to Ohio. Good luck. You're not going bowling, I don't think. Akron, on the other side of things, they can't go bowling because the NCAA deems them too stupid. But not this team, the team from a couple years ago. So great to see them destroying this year's hopes and dreams for the players that weren't even affiliated with that. Glad to see they're caring about the youth of the country. But glad to see the Zips. This is just the Wacky Mac. I told you the Wacky Mac is anyone that feels confident on these plays. You should never feel confident on like specifically when it's the shittiest teams in the MAC against the quote unquote preseason favorites.
I feel great about betting the MAC because I just take the dog every week. I'll never lay points in that fucking league.
Oh man, just great shit there. Also, this is one. I believe you locked this up. I think you might have, but I was definitely on your side, and we definitely talked shit about this. Because the UConn Huskies can't win in overtime. They're 0-3. They have 3 losses this year, all of them in overtime. As they go into Rice Stadium, and my Owls, who run the greatest fucking offense in college football. All right, now it's year 1, so it's not where it needs to be yet. But they did put up 491 yards on UConn, 300 on the ground, 300 yards on the ground, Mac.
Hilarious.
As these Rice Owls go to 4-4 and get a huge win against these pesky UConn Huskies and friend of the program, Jim Mora. I'm just telling you right now, Mac. I watched this entire game. You know, I'm in love with the offense. I shit you not. This got one of the main screens, like the bigger screens. So the remaining schedule: home to Memphis on a Friday night this week. Home to UAB. Home to North Texas. And at South Florida. They're going to make a bowl. So they're going to upset one of these fucking teams, right? UAB, I think they'll beat. But it might be Memphis Friday. It might be North Texas, or it might be that filthy Raymond James Stadium. But they're going to get one of these teams. I'm telling you right now. And they're going to go 6-6.
I agree. I think he's done a great job there in year 1. I mean, what he was able to do at Davidson was unbelievable. And now he's over at Rice, and the UConn fans weren't tweeting me yesterday.
Yeah, it was quiet. It was all was quiet.
Quiet. I can't hear you, but yeah, I mean, I like Jim Mora. That's a tough loss, though. That was a bad spot, though.
Dude, they have 3 losses all in overtime. I mean, look, UConn's better than their record.
Yeah.
But are they Rice running the flex bone? It's the flex gun, right?
Flex gun,
It's like a hybrid, but it's very entertaining. Highly encourage you watching it. And they're gonna look. They're coming. All right. The AAC between them and another couple schools in the AAC that made great hires, and ECU ain't one of them. Right? They're coming though. Hilarious win outright. Let's go. We got some trash talk for the Bet Detective loaded up on this one. All right.
We had a lot of shit to talk to Bet Detective on Wednesday.
Well, like this right here, because we had a lock battle win. The Lobos.
Oh, they fucked them up.
Jason Eck from the start. Watch this whole game, dude. From the start. Take it to Bronco Mendenhall. 33-14. Jason Eck. I mean, just out the gate, punt return for a touchdown. A lot of great special teams. They had a safety in this game.
Yeah.
Your thoughts as we dominate this one? We had this pegged in fucking June, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and I am a very biased Utah State Mendenhall fan. They were never going to win this game. They got fucking hit in the mouth right off.
Did you see X post game thing? He's like, we got dumped. Yeah. He was like, now I'm thankful he did it, but the players, I felt this at media days when I interviewed these guys. They were like, he only brought a couple veterans with him.
Yeah.
They weren't the transfer guys that came with him through Idaho. And they were just like, yeah, we like Coach Eck, we felt like they some of them didn't extend an offer to come to Utah State. So then you felt like you got dumped.
Yep.
All over this, man.
Love it. X doing a great job. Wisconsin, that should be your next head coach.
I don't want him to go there. I want him in New Mexico. I look, I don't want them crushed again.
I
don't want them crushed again. Give him at least a couple years at Wisconsin. But yeah, I mean, him being a former Badger, it makes a lot of sense. A tailgate report will be at the shout out. You didn't have to do it. Thank you for the $5, but he's heading to Paul Brown Stadium to watch the Jets. Look out for the Mark Sanchez. Guys, follow his Twitter. I'm telling you, it's one of the best follows out there. Is it at a tailgate report, Matt? Can you check his Twitter handle again?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure people know where to go. Yeah. I mean, this guy is awesome. He's just the spirit that is college fandom. You know what I mean? So, I think it's probably the same handle, right?
Yeah, it is. At a tailgate report. That's his Twitter handle.
Yeah, follow him and enjoy the PCP that Mark Sanchez was on.
Good for him.
Yeah, Sanchez or Tailgate Report. Not sure, but
His his photo yesterday. Nico looks like and sells cologne and mixtapes outside the gas station.
I want to know the process. That's why we got to get him on the show, man. I want to know
Yes.
the process with
Shirt of the
everything.
week.
Yeah. I want to talk for a second though about this Mountain West race, Mac.
Mm-hmm.
New Mexico's what 2-2 now, I believe, in conference. So I don't know that they're actually a legit contender for this thing, but I am kind of fascinated to see. I mean, I guess they somewhat still could be, but they play at UNLV on Saturday. Then they're home to Colorado State. Colorado State looked terrible yesterday.
Yeah.
At Air Force and home to San Diego State. I mean, they need one win for a bowl. It's definitely coming, but I think they could win 7-8 games potentially. He's just a great coach, man. A great fucking coach. Let's go. Bronco on the other side of things, 4-4, but I still think they'll be fine to get to a bowl game. They're home to Nevada this week, at UNLV, at Fresno, home to Boise. Their schedule's tough. They got to make sure they don't shit the bed against Nevada.
They win their home games. They can't win on the road.
Just like at times basketball could do that too. Next up, we have this game. Hilarious game. Temple wins 38-37. Very fun game, despite this being completely one of my what the fuck games of the week. And Casey Keeler, let's talk about him. Temple goes to 5-3. They should be 6-2 because that was a false start on Navy. But that's what I mean. Rice is coming. Yeah. Temple is coming. I even think Tulsa looks much better than they have in the past couple of years. Maybe they're not coming with the, maybe next, I think Tulsa could be like a 6-6 team potentially next year. We'll see what happens with the transfers and everything. But Temple and Rice are going to be problems in the AAC moving forward.
Yeah, agreed.
Watching both those teams yesterday, I was just like, they are going to be contenders in this fucking conference very shortly.
Lamb's a good coach. How about this Temple season, though?
I mean, they're 5-3. They, like I said, they should be 6-2.
They could win the AAC.
Dude, I kind of expect them to. I mean, I don't know. The North Texas game's a little dicey, but ECU plays at the Link. I'm sorry. I think Temple's better than ECU.
Yeah.
They're at Army. That game's always weird, though. I feel but when Tulane goes up there on November 22nd.
Good luck.
Yeah. At North Texas, I kind of think that could be, but he's going up against his own defense from last year, so it's intriguing, very intriguing. Man, Tulsa's 2-6, but they got to be the best 2-6 team in the country, right?
Yeah, I mean they already have a Power 5. How bad's Oklahoma State? They're 2-6, and they beat Oklahoma State.
You know what sucks for Tulsa fans is that they should have beaten New Mexico State. They doubled them up in yardage, but with their quarterback throwing picks left and right. They should be 3-5 right now. They got to win out to make a bowl. They could, man. They could.
Agreed.
The schedule's kind of nice for them. I probably think they'll end up like 4 or 5 wins, but fun one there. But shout out to Temple. UMass, oh boy, your boys. I think they solidified themselves clearly as the 136th team in the nation. And Central Michigan moves to 5-3, Matt Drinkle.
Great coaching job.
I mean, you got to think they're going to be bowling this year for sure, I would think.
Yeah, they might. They might make the MAC title game.
They could, man. They really could. Dominating performance against the Minutemen. Then this one, there we go. I cashed on this, and this is what I wanted to talk about here. I was waiting to talk about this. I bet this on the morning show. 23-0. San Diego State's defense, is incredible because San Diego State went out and hired Jason X, defensive coordinator at Idaho, and he's delivered, Mac. Their numbers are actually incredible when you look at this. Yeah. So San Diego State has the top 10 defense. the 10th best rushing defense, the 14th best passing defense, the number 2 defense in the nation on points allowed, the number 6 defense on third down conversions. I have been thinking about this over the past 24 hours while I was watching this game. Their offense, which is Sean Lewis's thing, but hey, whatever. Sean Lewis is clearly a smart coach for getting this DC. They, I think we could see a world where they knock Boise out of potentially the game. Look, they host Boise at the Snapper in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Right?
Their defense is good, man.
The Boise I saw against Nevada and the Boise I've seen a couple different times this year away from the Smurf turf.
Yeah.
They're much more vulnerable than a lot of other Boise teams. So I think you could have a scenario where San Diego State gets the best of Boise at the Snapper in San Diego. They just need to avoid, say, losing in Albuquerque or on the island, because we know it's a hard ticket.
Yeah.
But I kind of think San Diego State is in a real decent shot to at least be, even if they lose to Boise, they could still be playing. But the key is stealing the home field. You don't want to have to go to the Smurf turf. You'll lose by 30. If they can beat Boise, have the tiebreaker, or maybe knock Boise out of the game in general, because Boise still has to go to Logan.
Yeah.
Then or just have it so you have to play it at the Snapper again. I kind of like their chances, man.
I like this defense. I shout out to Sean Lewis, man. Really,
he's a Wisconsin alum too. So maybe he's the next Wisconsin head coach.
Shit, if they make the playoff, I mean they're alive. If they went out and they're 11-1 and their only losses in Pullman, I think they have a case for the playoff. If they beat Boise twice, potentially.
Well, especially because Washington State's turned a corner.
Yeah.
They have turned a fucking corner, by the way. I watched that game too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm with you. That's one that no one's talking about.
Yep.
That's one that no one's talking about. Shout out to the Aztecs. Next up, Miami, Ohio. It took the whole game, man. This is a fun watch. They ended up, they booted like a 50-yarder to make it a 2-score game to win 26-17 against Western. Miami, Ohio's red hot right now. Red hot. Won 5 straight after starting 0-3. And Western coming back down to reality a little bit. Yeah. Anything else you want to say about this one?
Chuck Martin, all he does is win in the MAC.
Mm-hmm.
They're right there to win the league again.
And then you had, speaking of MAC, you had Northern Illinois, Tommy Hammock sticking it to Ball State, 21-7. Getting off the look. 2 wins now. 2 wins.
Good.
They're at Toledo. Someone's got to win that game next week. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about that. Yeah, good for Ball State fans, right? Let's get to this. Alabama had no business winning this game.
How did they lose?
Alabama's defense made a pick 6 early. That really helped them, and then just this. So South Carolina had an 8-point lead with 10 minutes left. I want to talk about something here. When Lenora Sellers ran, so South Carolina was up 1. I think the score was 15-14. Lenora Sellers runs for a touchdown. I forget, it was like 8, 9, 10-minute mark in the fourth quarter. Williams-Brice rocking.
Yeah.
They should have went for 2 there, in my opinion.
To bury them?
Yes. I thought they should have went for 2 right then because all the momentum was behind you. They kicked the extra point. We're up 8. Bama goes down there to Ty Simpson's credit. That was a great drive. They looked really good on that drive.
Yeah.
And they get the touchdown in the 2-point conversion. And they find a way to win the game. Strip sack.
That hurt.
I still don't like. One of the things I had a problem with, and I know we had talked about this throughout the week. I have a future for Alabama to win the national championship, right?
Yeah.
But I was surprised with how many people thought Alabama was clearly the best team in the SEC over the past 2 weeks. they still, to me, I don't trust them. Like, are they sharper than last year? Sure. I thought they'd be better this year. I know that they just went through a great run, and the SEC is a gauntlet. Blah blah blah. I don't know, man. They made the plays when they had to, and credit to them.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you have anyone has them power ranked over A&M. I don't, because when I see A&M's, like A&M just has so much skill everywhere. I mean, like to me, like their offensive line is fantastic. Bama only running for 72 yards against, like, there's red flags to me.
They're soft.
When I analyze Alabama, even though I want them to win the Natty this year to a certain extent, like, I mean, unless they're playing Vandy, I want to cash. There's red flags. Their run defense isn't great. They're kind of a soft team. You're right, and maybe that will work. Maybe that won't catch up to them. Maybe the bracket will save them. I don't know, but I'm not as in love with them as I feel like the narrative has been on national media over the past couple weeks.
This is a brutal loss for South Carolina, man. This was a brutal. Like, they had an 8-point lead with 3 minutes left, and they lost outright in regulation.
Gotta go for 2. Should have went for 2, man. Should have went for 2.
Man. Yeah. I mean, my brother was at that game, and I had so many friends down there in South Carolina just sending me videos of Sandstorm, and I'm like, come on, man, pulled this off, and then that was just a gut-wrenching loss. Alabama's got a horseshoe up their ass. Like, that was they stole that game. When Sellers fumbled that ball to set up the drive at the end, that was a killer. I'm with you. I don't think Alabama's that good. I think DeBoer's doing a good job hiding their deficiencies, but I think they're soft on the line of scrimmage. If they played Indiana tomorrow, I think Indiana would beat their ass.
Yeah. I mean, and Jeff, I mean, A&M's undefeated still. Alabama lost to a shitty Florida State team by double digits. Like, and to me, they're still, like, I'll go back to even the Vandy first half. Bama made the plays to beat Vandy. I'm not saying it, but I thought Vandy, if they don't fumble those 2 balls, they were kind of having success physically.
Yeah,
that's where I'm concerned about Alabama. Is like, it just seems like, yes, okay, they're still a really good team. Don't get me wrong. Like, Ty Simpson's playing at an unbelievably high level. They have great athletes at wide receiver. I just question between, like, the offensive line, the defensive line. I think you can run the ball successfully. And I also think they can't run the ball, which I think when you become that one-dimensional. When I look at A&M, Marcel Reed is such an X factor. He throws some dumb interceptions at some points, but you have to play against his running capabilities and passing capabilities every single play. A&M's offensive line is amazing. Both running backs, really 3 running backs deep, I think are all very good behind that offensive line. And the defense does give up chunk plays in similar vein to Bama, but man, they got some guys like they're, I guess, similar on defense, but I think A&M has a better physicality than Alabama, at least like on eye test when I watch. They seem more physical than Alabama does. Would you agree with that?
I agree. The Bama team is not the old Bama team. I don't think they can. I don't think they're going to win the Natty because they're not tough enough. They used to be tough as shit. I don't see that physicality to your standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, A&M just went into Baton Rouge and dropped 50.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I understand what. Because you're saying, who has A&M beat? Well, who has Alabama beat then?
Shit.
South Carolina's not good.
A&M won in South Bend and Baton Rouge in night games. Those are fucking hard road games.
Bama won at Georgia. Okay. But I don't think Georgia's that great this year. I mean, I think Georgia's decent. I think they're decent. They're probably going to be in the playoffs based off the schedule. But I would say they look like the worst Georgia team we've seen in 10 years or 8 years or something. That would be my side of that would be, I just don't think, and South Carolina's terrible. They're 3-5 now. Credit to Alabama. They made the plays when they had to, but yeah.
I agree. Shout out to the chat.
I know, man. The chat is fantastic. Brandon Duncan giving us $50. 10, 25, 25 was one to remember for sure. My wife gave birth to our son, and before he was delivered, I placed a pretty penny on Iowa Vandy 2-leg. I couldn't pass up the action. Cheers to y'all, and cheers to my wife. Amen. Hey, Brandon, are you on Twitter, Brandon?
Yeah, tweet us.
No, DM me at @TheColbyD. We are going to send you. Let me make sure we're gonna figure this out. Can you? I just need you to DM me on Twitter at @TheColbyD. Let me make sure it's still in the store before I talk recklessly, because I'm not one to just look at our products. Right? What a great company guy I am.
Organization is not a strength on this show.
Yeah, I'm not the type of guy. I hate going to stores. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can show you what we're gonna get you for your son. And congrats, man. I've been there before, and there's no feeling like that. Hold on. Let me see what I share screen. Let me see if I can figure this out here. Okay. No, I'm not figuring it out yet. Let me see. Oh, there we go. We will be sending you this. This is available in the store, but we want to give you this for free because you're awesome, and it's a one of a lifetime feeling. And I wish you and your wife and your family and your son the best. And congratulations, man. But yes, if you can message me on Twitter at @TheColbyD, and let me know if you're not on Twitter. We'll figure out some type of way. But we want to get that out there to your son. Chances are, when he goes around town, the women are interested when they see something like this. I'll just say that. I'll just say that. All right.
They'll be like, "Oh, that guy's got his life together."
And if you're listening to this on the audio side, this is a Just Say No to Dome Football baby short sleeve one piece that we got going in our store. My son had this. He's outgrown it now, but and look, we're gonna give you. This isn't some Patty C shit. We're gonna send you the real. That was always the joke. We'll give you something out of Patty C's closet. No. This is not going to be the one. This is not White Tiger's old one. We're going to send you a new one. But appreciate you, Brandon, and shout out to you hitting that 2-leg as well, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And how do I? Okay, now we go back. Yeah, I mean, Alabama probably solidified a playoff spot unless Brian Kelly and his family can find a way to get them in Tuscaloosa, where it's very hard to beat them in Tuscaloosa. But
is Brian Kelly going to be coaching?
That's a great question. We'll get to that.
We'll talk about that here in a minute.
Yeah, and you cashed on this, didn't you? You had South Carolina.
I put it in the contest. Everybody goes, "You're crazy." I go, "They should have won the game."
I mean, they outgained them. Like,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, as a Bama fan, like, how I get it. You went through 4 tough games. I don't know. We'll see. But
I have my questions with Bama.
I mean, they're definitely going to be a playoff team this year, right?
Yeah.
You feel pretty confident saying that, right?
I think so.
I just wonder, like, if they play A&M in the SEC championship. I think A&M has the best offensive line in America. So I think that will be a problem, a huge problem for Alabama. But it's almost like if you're A&M, you'd rather play them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd rather just have that loss. So someone needs a loss so they miss each other, right? But, yeah. Anyway, shout out to you on the call with the Gamecocks and the points there, and shout out for the Tide for finding a way to win. You know what else found a way to win? I think you're starting to do addressing that my ticket is very live. You're looking live at Pick Dundee's ticket for Pitt to make the ACC championship, and you need to look. I was getting several DMs about this. Mason Heitzel, this motherfucker. What? Why weren't they starting him in the beginning of the year? Because he is a walking stat sheet. And to your point on JKS at Cal, is Mason Heitzel going to be the quarterback of Pitt next year? Because every week almost is throwing for 400 fucking yards, man. He's very good. I think this is so great that the head of the recruiting world, like, they hype up Arch This is what Archer's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This quarterback, I'm like, I hate this guy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Pitt's gonna have to open up that pocketbook if they want to retain him next year. But let's talk about this year because these Pitt Panthers, Mac, you got to admit it. You got to admit it. My Panthers are hot. And look, if I'm Miami and you got to go to there back on November 29th,
they're gonna beat Miami.
I'd be a little nervous.
Pitt, what's Pitt gonna go 10-2, and I'm just gonna be sitting here at 2-10, laughing my ass off that we beat them.
Well, that's on Narduzzi because I don't know how you could. I honestly don't even know how they even had Holstein starting. If they look so much different with this personnel. Pussy Pack. I'm starting to hear buzz that job might open around.
Yeah, I was gonna say Doran. He lost Gibby, and that they lost some toughness when they lost Gibby for sure.
Interesting. Next up we have this game, which I barely watched. yeah. I went with the Illini here.
They suck.
They do. But they check this out, dude. They're gonna be 9-3. Are they
Illinois?
In the playoffs? Yeah. Look at this. Ready? Remaining schedule: home to Rutgers, home to Maryland, at Wisconsin, home to Northwestern.
they are going to go 9-3, but the problem is they didn't beat anybody. Actually, wait. If them and USC, if them and USC are both 9-3, Illinois got to get in over them.
Well, another thing is they beat Duke, and Duke could still do some damage in the ACC.
If they had won this game, they would have locked up a playoff spot.
I agree, but shout out to Damon Williams and
Washington might make the playoff.
What these teams aren't that good though, dude.
I know they're not that good.
Both these teams, I'm just sitting there like, wait, Nebraska. Like, I actually think SC is the best of the four, right?
Yeah.
But Washington, Illinois, Nebraska. Call me crazy. I think like they're like 7 and 5 types of teams that are dressed up in potentially 9 and 3 type seasons. I mean, Washington's remaining schedule. They're at Wisconsin this week. They are home to Purdue. They are at UCLA. If they win those 3, then they will be hosting the Oregon Ducks for a playoff spot. And get this, Oregon might not even need it.
I know. It's other than just being a rivalry game. I personally think the Big Ten is so overrated. I don't think that league is good.
Well, it's tricky though, because you're honoring the Indiana thing as the best resume because they're beating the piss out of everybody. But right now, if you
bottom half is so bad. That's like where my thing with the Big Ten. Like, I am saying Indiana's the best team, but they've also beat the best teams. Like they beat the top half. They won, and they won it outside of Ohio State and Michigan, the 2 toughest road spots, Oregon and Iowa.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I mean,
hilarious. So, Washington and Illinois.
Nice call here. One of those 3 are probably going to get in.
I know, it's hilarious. I can't wait. Like I just kept looking at the schedules yesterday. I'm like, 4 games to go. Oh, they could win all 4 of those. If they win all 4, they in. Like this is going to be a fun playoff because this thing is wide the fuck open.
Yeah. Next up, FAU and Navy. Navy wins by 10. FAU covers. We got this one. Got called this one right, but they backdoored this fucking thing. Navy is undefeated, and now comes Navy's legit part of the schedule, where they travel to Denton, Texas, this Saturday, followed by South Bend, Indiana, followed by a home game against South Florida, followed by a road game to the Liberty Bowl on Thanksgiving to take on Memphis. Holy shit. Can they go 3-1 there? It's a huge. I think if they get this one, I can see a path. They got to get this one. They got to get this one in.
Agreed. I'm with you.
Fascinating game. That might be shit. College game day should be in Denton, but they won't do that.
No, they'll go to the SEC game because they suck.
Shout out to the midshipmen and Brian Newberry. Next up. Oh boy, biggest bet of the day. It was dicey a little bit, but Missouri. Eli Drinkwitz. Can you taste the piss? Can you taste the piss?
So glad they won this game.
17. Missouri 10. Missouri catches a Hail Mary at the 1 yard line.
Hilarious.
Little more of a struggle than I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, Mizzou outgained Vandy by a decent amount. But Vandy has Diego Pavia, and Diego Pavia will make key plays at key times. And he did just enough to get that big time win. Now they head to Austin. Are you concerned on these doors, or is that satisfying to you?
Oh, I'm satisfied. All they got to do is go 3-1 here. Is College Game Day going to Texas next week?
I mean,
it's hilarious.
Texas doesn't deserve it, in my opinion, but I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think Vanderbilt's finding ways to winning. They're winning games. They just win. So yeah. That line's 2.5. By the way, did you ever think we'd see a day where Vanderbilt was only catching 2.5 in Austin?
I mean, they got to get that. They're
going to beat Texas. They're way better than Texas. Texas sucks.
Texas, we'll talk about Texas in a second, because this is why you're shitting on the Big Ten. I'll shit on the SEC in a second here. Shout out to the Doors for cashing right there. Also, shout out to Southern Miss I'm playing the music, not because I bet them this game. I'm playing the music because our lock battle over, even at the worst number, even though we gave it away at 4.5, at 5.5, it cashed, and Southern Miss inches closer and closer to winning the Sun Belt.
Yep. Big win. Big win.
Huge win there. 49-21 against ULM. Then I did bet the hell out of this. This was easy money, and I'm telling you this, Mac.
There's a path.
You want to know who can beat Indiana? Remember, Gronowski got injured. Gronowski is playing good ball, man. Each week in that new offense,
yep,
he is playing better and better in this offense. I totally think Iowa is capable. You don't want to see Iowa in this playoffs. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. You do not. We just mentioned.
Great. It's great.
Hold on. We just mentioned what? Illinois, Washington. Who was Nebraska?
USC and Nebraska.
I think Iowa's better than all of them.
I agree. I think Iowa's good. They should have beat Indiana already. I'm not going to say Iowa's a national championship contender, but I think that they're.
Yeah. I mean, they still only had like 275 yards of offense, but I mean, they had a punt return for a touchdown.
Yep.
Phil Parker has fixed a lot of the defensive inefficiencies that they were having earlier in the year. And I think Gronowski, he doesn't beat them. Like over the past 5-10 years, I feel like Iowa's had quarterbacks that have actually hurt them turnover wise. Gronowski's to me, he's a guy that takes better care of the ball and his dual threat capabilities, because they've had these launch areas. He does just enough to me to really be a problem for really any other team. So I think they would have beat Indiana if he didn't get injured. So
I agree.
Get him back in the playoffs. Let's go. I mean, I want to see Cignetti win at the same time too. I want Iowa there. All right, next up we have this one. I did lose a bunch of money here. I'm sorry. I'm not playing that. I meant to play this.
Well, I don't got they bring the head cold, but they're counting
down
BYU.
7.
Dude, fucking Iowa State, man. You were up.
They were up like 2
double
scores.
Digits in the third quarter. Okay, that punt return, you fucking idiot. So they had stopped them. Go to like the final 10 seconds of the third quarter to the start of the fourth. Iowa State had just created so much momentum. BYU punts, and this idiot, the gunner, gets blocked into the
crazy.
That was such a pivotal point. And then Jay Hill's one of the best defensive coordinators. They sat on Rocco Beck's pass, pick six, opened that thing up. Jay Hill should be a fucking head coach of Colorado State next year.
Yep. Dude, BYU is they just win, man. Shout out to Sataki. Remember everybody wanted Sataki fired 2 years ago?
Ridiculous. I was arguing on his behalf. I
like
was arguing with
19-2.
BYU fans. I was like, what are you talking about? It's year one of the Big 12. They lost they had a case of Keaton Slovis. I talked about this before. They got that you invested in a true, non-football player quarterback. See what happens when you get a football player quarterback like Bear Bachmeier.
Yeah.
All right. So BYU has a bye week this week, and then they're in Lubbock.
I can't wait for that game. Talking about a contrast in like culture and styles for the Big 12 regular season title.
Then they're home to TCU. Then they're at Cincinnati.
Ooh. And
then they're home to UCF. And by the way, Texas Tech is at K-State this week. This is heating up.
Oh yeah.
Heating up.
I know I'm biased for the Big 12. The Big 12 is so underrated. Like there's good teams in this league at the top.
Yeah.
And they get no credit on the national stage. Nobody even covered that BYU.
I appreciated Portnoy giving them the respect.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is so corrupt. When you see the list, you're like, wait, how the fuck did they put this in there? Last year, BYU with the playoffs to get to the playoffs, they're just shitting on them. Why?
They weren't even like in consideration, and it was like,
and they should have been.
They wanted SMU last year. This program is good. The Big 12 is just it's the most entertaining league for a reason.
Huge come from behind win though, down double digits at halftime. BYU storms back. I talked about this team turning a corner. Washington State sticks it to Toledo. Didn't you guys take Toledo?
We did. What a bad play.
I took Wazoo. Dude, Pullman is a real place to go to, first off. Like, it's hard to get to. And then Wazoo, this Jimmy Rogers hire, I think next year they're going to be very good because I'm buying into things I am seeing right now. I know they're 1-2 in their last 3, but they were in that game at Ole Miss. Probably should have won at Virginia. They're good, man. They're getting better each week. They're understanding their identity, where they should be, what they should be doing. Impressive win. This one was not an impressive game, and this was the least entertaining game in the Big 12. I watched maybe 5 minutes of this game.
I didn't watch 1 minute. Next
Oklahoma State just punt already on the season. They should hire Jay Hill.
Yeah.
You know, they won't. We need an offensive guy. Fireworks. Anyway, next up, wow. Okay. I don't know if you listened to the morning show. I bet Baylor, and that was a bad play. Is Dave Aranda going to get fired, by the way? Can we talk about this?
We talked about that. Like this could be the Neil Brown from last year where he survived the 1 year, found a way to win 8 games. But then the next year he goes 6-6 and he's fired. I think they got to at least win 7 or Aranda's out.
I don't think it's going to happen. Like when I look at this, they're home to UCF. I got them getting UCF, but they could lose that game. They're then home to Utah, which I guess theoretically they could beat Utah, but I don't have them. And then they're at Arizona and home to Houston. I mean, they're probably going to be favored in 1 game remaining. I even think 6-6 he might be fired though.
Yeah. That's what Neil went his last year. Baylor expects to win 8 games a year.
And the other side of this coin is the Cincinnati Bearcats. What a great story.
This is unbelievable. They should be fucking 8-0. They should have beat Nebraska.
Panda's hilarious. I still want Satterfield fire. When Sorsby's gone, we'll be 3-9. Hilarious.
Hilarious.
Cincinnati is at Utah this Saturday.
That's a loss.
then they're home to Arizona, home to BYU. They can get both of those potentially.
Yeah.
And then they're at TCU to end the season.
I don't want them to go to the Big 12 title. I like it. There's something like I don't like Satterfield teams, but hey, man, shout out to the Bearcats. They keep winning 7 in a row. The Big 12, man, Cincinnati's alive and well.
They're in first place. Right?
I know they're undefeated. they lost to Nebraska, man, and they should have beat them, but it was a road game. Like everybody's like, it was a neutral site game. That was not a neutral site game. That was a fucking road game.
Well, they're dumb for agreeing to fucking play them there.
It was so dumb.
Yeah. All right. Next up, I like to look at my stat sheet here, but my phone's going a little crazy here. Yeah, it's still saying it's charging, even though it's not charging. Interesting.
No CTE there.
Yeah, no CTE on my phone after a trip to Vegas. Next up,
oh, he's fucking lucky, motherfucker.
All right, this is like you're shitting on the Big Ten. I'm shitting on the SEC. All right. I had enough of this, guys. I had enough.
You're so lucky.
You claim to be all football. You know, we're the most vested into football. How dumb are these fucking coaches? I think this is the dumbest conference of coaches I've ever seen in my fucking life. Okay, Venables, I'll even give you a pass. Even though we had a sample of this, I think in the San Jose State game. Venables, I'll give him a little bit of a pass for kicking it to, what's my boy's name? I don't have my stat sheet here. The punt returner. Punt returner. He's nasty. He's fucking super nasty. He's fucking number 21. He's like Eric Metcalf.
Niblet.
Yes.
Niblet.
That motherfucker's incredible, right? He's the one guy. He basically won them the Oklahoma game, in my opinion. Right?
He won the game yesterday for him.
No,
too.
then Kentucky with fucking $100 million Stoops or whatever the fuck kicks it right to him, and he's responsible for them beating Kentucky, in my opinion, solely responsible because they only had 170 yards of offense. He is like the Oklahoma game. You can actually make a case was more 50-50.
Yeah.
This guy beat Kentucky, and because Kentucky was dumb enough to kick to him. Mississippi State down 7. What? I refresh my memory on the exact time. Was it 2 minutes? Is it 3 minutes? They kicked to him. Why would they kick him? Not only do they kick to him, they kick it so deep out of the coverage that you're giving him like a runway. Yeah. You're giving him a runway of speed.
Unbelievable.
The first thing, like I'm on a text chain with NC Nick and Patty C. The first thing they text me is, why the fuck at this point? Like that's got to be this on Jeff Lebby, dude. That is dumb. You should call a timeout and say, look, we're up 7. Their offense hasn't done much all game. Kick the ball down the field, but out of bounds. Kick the ball down the field, but out of bounds. Just don't make sure this fucking guy catches the ball. Hey, this isn't fucking rocket science. These SEC coaches are all fucking idiots. I don't give a shit. I understand they're all millionaires and I'm over here recording in a garage, right? I don't give a fuck. I would have made sure they did not kick the ball to him.
Yeah. Texas has a horseshoe up their ass, bro. It's fucking ridiculous. I can't believe that they won this game. This team is not very good, but somehow they're still in playoff contention.
Look, I have a little bit of a problem. I have a little bit of a problem with some calls in this game. Mm-hmm. There was a gigantic hold on Texas on a critical play where they called a penalty on both teams. They called a pass interference, and if you watch, I thought the corner did exactly what you should do to run the receiver out of bounds. He uses the sideline to his advantage. I didn't think anything of. I don't think it should have sniffed defensive holding or pass interference, whatever they called. That was a critical play because that would have been a third down there, right? But also the touchdown in the end zone. I just feel, let me just say this. If it were the role reversed, if it was Mississippi State, they would have said we couldn't overturn that with, there was not enough proof. In my opinion, they would say this. I've seen this so many times. I mean, to go back to the Houston, Texas game a couple years ago. But I've just seen that so many times in the sport in college football where they say it's not conclusive. When does he gain possession of that ball? I understand his foot's down while he is touching the ball. I just think, to me, because it was Texas, they got the benefit of the doubt.
They always get the benefit.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, it's so annoying to watch that every single time because I'm like, I know damn well if that was Mississippi State, they wouldn't have got that. But you still kick to the fucking returner. And that to me, worst coaching job of the entire day.
I kind of hope Texas makes the playoff just so we can fade them. They're not good.
I'm just at a loss for words on like how many. This is 3 game-changing plays. This returner's done now.
Yep.
Niblet.
And they keep kicking to him. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I mean, well, he had another one in like one of their blowouts. But I'm saying like at some point you have to be like, this guy. I think he's the best returner in college football right now. I mean, I know the kid at Nebraska is balling out, but I'm saying like, you have to be smarter than this. You have to be fucking smarter than this. You can't kick that ball, especially that fucking punter kicked it like 80 yards. It's like gave him like so many, like your team can't get down there. It's like,
it's just ridiculous.
The second I saw that it was boomed and then they're giving him a chance, I go, he's going to take this shit to the house.
Yep.
Or at least like down to the 5-yard line. And of course he did. Texas is phony. They should have lost both weeks, dude. They have Vandy, Georgia, Arkansas, A&M left. There's no way. There's no way they're going to the playoffs, dude. You telling me they're going 3-1 in that stretch?
Well, they're going to lose to Vandy.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so frustrating. It's just like you. How can you guys have coaches this dumb? Week after week, it's unbelievable. Hey, we got a cover.
But Scotty Fox played all right. I showed a little bit of life yesterday, the old ears, but we suck. Can we play Pitt again?
TCU 23, West Virginia 17. We did get the cover.
Yeah.
I was on TV talking about this game. I said, you got to take the points. This is that road trip no one wants to take. 2-6 or 7?
2-6. Got to win 4 to get to a bowl.
Not gonna happen.
0-5 since the old Pitt game.
But you have that forever.
Oh,
all right.
I'm gonna milk that for 3 years, baby.
Yeah.
I was out last night and they're like, "Man, your ears are struggling." I said, "It don't matter because we beat Pitt."
Unbelievable. And then this next game was ridiculous, man. All right.
Oh, I can't. Stanford.
I cashed on this. So I bet this thing minus 31 or whatever the fuck it was. Stanford, this score, there was a sequence in this game. So this was 7-7 at halftime.
Yep.
7-7 at halftime. So Miami scores third quarter, second half. They go up 14-7. And then Ben Branson. He's so bad, man. I'm trying not to shit on the guy. So bad.
He's so bad.
He tries to like be mobile and then tries to throw across his body and just goes perfectly to a linebacker.
Yeah.
At like his own 20-yard line. So, and then he does it. So they basically take it back to the 2. They score the next play. They kick it deep to Stanford again. And he does it again. Like all in like a 5-play stretch. This game went from like, holy shit, could Stanford upset them? To 35-7. Like within like a 5 or 10 play stretch. It was fucking incredible. But I tell you this, Miami, I have a lot of concern.
Chris Paul sucks.
Dude, I think the thing that really I know they ended up rushing for 199. They had like a 4th and short against Stanford at home that they got stopped on. Like I have my concerns. I have legit concerns with the offense of Miami.
Agreed.
Yeah, I we'll see. We'll see if they can get there. They're at SMU this weekend. That's a huge one. That's a huge game in that conference. So, Hilarious. I can't believe I covered this. I thought this thing was dead in the water. Troy, they keep doing it, man. Troy and Southern Miss on a collision course. 35-23 over Louisiana. Another one we should watch, the potential Des Moreau at Louisiana. There's a couple ones. Another one is right here. I'll be honest, I only watched the first half. But Georgia Southern was beating the shit out of Arkansas State. But they lost. They lost the game. When I was watching, it was 17-7. I was like, oh, Southern's got this. They lose 34-24.
Ark State keeps winning, man. Like
I know. Jones is going to save his job, and Helton's going to get fired.
Yep.
So Georgia Southern's 3-5. They're at App State next week. Deeper than hate rivalry. They're home to Coastal, home to Old Dominion, at Marshall. I don't think they're going to make a bowl, man.
I don't think they are, and he's going to be gone.
He should be gone. Should be gone.
He's going to go work for his brother.
There you go. Enjoy Bowling Green. I lost money here because I decided as I was winning throughout the day, well, really my Friday night too, I decided to jump in on Miami and Oregon as heavy favorites. Oregon was a bad call. Miami somehow worked out, even though it seemed like a bad call. 21-7, Mac. Wisconsin scores their first touchdown in 3 weeks.
I didn't watch 1 minute. I refused to watch this game.
I did not watch this game either. I did not watch one. Actually, you know what? I think for a little bit it was on because I had the game on before and it bled into it before I was aware that I should switch it over to an FCS game.
Go look at Dante Moore's box score. Dude, Oregon literally treated this like a fucking preseason game.
Dante Moore, 9 of 15, 86 yards. Unbelievable.
Hey, I was getting shit on in the fucking comments. Everybody's like, or Iowa's not a look ahead game for Oregon. Yes, it is. Like Wisconsin is the fucking bottom feeder in this league now. Oregon had no interest in playing this game.
The thing that's crazy about
that's why I did not fucking bet Oregon. I was like I don't know if they're gonna get up and be like, oh, we got to hammer Wisconsin.
You know what's crazy is Oregon only has one win against a team that's above 500.
Yeah,
and that's Northwestern. I mean, these Big Ten schedules are fucking hilarious. To your point earlier.
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty remarkable. But hey, they got the win. Stupid game. But Michigan State, we cash. Sparty plus 14.5 as Michigan wins by 11. Michigan wins by 11. Oh, I mean, they outgained Sparty by only 57 yards. They only threw for 86 yards. Are you concerned? But Michigan is in a great spot to get to the playoffs, Mac.
Throw them in with that clump of Big Ten teams. We're gonna have like a zillion 9-3 Big Ten teams that I don't think are very good. I don't think Michigan's very good.
Michigan's best win is I guess Washington. Or Nebraska.
Yeah, the other fraudulent 9-3 teams.
The remaining schedule: home to Purdue, at Northwestern, which is in Wrigley. So they'll have the crowd.
Yeah.
At Maryland, and then home to Ohio State. You beat Ohio State, you're in. You lose to Ohio State, you still might get in on your name brand.
Yeah. Watch out for that Maryland game. I'm telling you, that Maryland game, for whatever reason, Loxley almost beat him with the undefeated team 2 years ago.
I mean, they only threw for 86 yards.
They're not good. What was Beanick texting us last night?
Jonathan Smith talk. I was like, what? He said he may go back to Oregon State. I said, I don't know, maybe. I mean, I don't think I thought he pissed off people though.
Yeah,
he's gonna have to be somewhere else. So, yeah. And then let's get to it. Lock battle win against you bozos.
I'm glad you won this.
A&M 49, LSU 25. And frankly, in my opinion, one of those drives were extended on some absolute horseshit. You might have seen me tweet this out from the TCE account. I actually think this is more about like 49-18 would be the final score based on that bullshit drive extended on that nonsense pushing the guy out of bounds. They call it a personal foul on the guy pushing the guy out of bounds.
Yep.
What? He pushed him too hard out of bounds. Ridiculous. But this is my point. Going back to the Alabama thing, LSU's defense. And I'll even give you the stats now, but I believe their numbers were way better the week before. But LSU had a very good defense this season. The numbers are a little bit. I see them back at 33rd nationally now, but they were much better previously, right? But that's what happens when you give up 400 and change, almost 500 yards or 450 or whatever the fuck the number was. A&M ran for 225 yards on them, if memory serves me correct, right?
Yep.
This is why I believe A&M is a real factor. Also, A&M's third and fourth down defense might be the best in the nation, right? They held them to 3 for 14 on third and fourth down, right? Go look at A&M the whole season. They've been fire on third and fourth down, right? When you can run like that, A&M was also 7 of 10 on third and fourth down, right? But when you can run like that and you have multiple weapons, and Marcel Reed is just a good enough, like I know he threw 2 dumb interceptions, but he's just a good enough passer where you really have to guard everybody, right? Yeah. Like it reminds me of like Michael Bishop or something, where like he's a good enough passer where you cannot cheat the pass defense. You can't cheat that, right? You can't load up because he's just good enough. And then when you add in his capability and the run schemes that I love Colin Klein and a lot of their run schemes very creative. With both their running backs or all 3 of their running backs, I think this team is really good. I think there's there's just a lot of different weapons, a lot of different ways they can beat you. Dominating performance. Brian Kelly and his family. Will Brian Kelly be at LSU next year?
No. He's done. He should try and get another job. I know everybody's saying $53 million. That's nothing in LSU, man. They fucking fired. They fired Coach O like 10 games after the fucking Natty.
They had 60 yards on the ground.
They're 60. Soft. They're soft as shit.
They're like a worse version of Alabama.
Yeah, when they blocked the punt for the safety and then got the touchdown and they went up 15-14, it's like, oh, here we go, Death Valley. Dude, this team sucks. It was never a good hire. It was never a good fit. It's time for him and his fake ass accent to go elsewhere. This team sucks. And he's had two Heisman
caliber
quarterbacks. I mean, he had Jaden Daniels, who we've seen his success in the NFL, and he couldn't even win more than 8 games or 9 games that year because his defense was so bad. So yeah, that bad fit. Time for a different era in Baton Rouge.
Brian Kelly to Wisconsin, the chat is saying
that actually would be a good fit.
I just want to key in on this. This is what I mean. So A&M treated their non-con group of 5 teams like like preseason games. You look at the Power 5 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what LSU was on third and fourth down. What did I say they were? They were 2 of 14, right? Or sorry, 3 of 14, right? On third and fourth down. You look at the Arkansas game. Arkansas was 5 of 12. I actually think Arkansas was the best against them, right? Yeah. 5 of 12 on third and fourth down. Florida was 1 of 11, right? Mississippi State on third and fourth down, 1 of 10, right? Auburn, third and fourth down, 0 of 15, right? And then the Irish were actually the best, but 9 of 19. 9 of 19. But my point is they have to be the best third, fourth down defense, I would imagine, in the Power 5. At least on Power 5. I don't know what they did in these Utah State and UTSA games. But that defense, I think, they give up yards, but they're very efficient, if that makes sense.
Elko's a good coach.
Yeah.
He's a good coach.
Dominating performance. So
they're in the playoff. They're going to make it.
The remaining schedule at Mizzou, but Mizzou's starting quarterback Prebula is injured. Home to South Carolina, home to Samford, and at Texas. Honestly, dude, they win at Missouri. I think this team's going undefeated.
Agreed.
In the regular season. Then let's get to the LSU side of this because they're 5-3. They're at Bama. 5-4. Home to Arkansas.
They've already quit. They've already quit on Kelly.
Yeah. Then they're home to Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
And then they're at Oklahoma. But I mean, what are we looking at? 6-6, 7-5.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, right? So 7-5. Best case scenario.
Yeah.
Then we had this game. The Battle of the Boot. Wyoming 28. Colorado State nothing. Shout out to XFL Jim was at this game. Shout out to him. Okay. Dominating performance. We don't need to talk about this. Colorado State's terrible. Wyoming might get to a bowl now. Actually, I should note that.
Agreed.
That would save his career or his job. Jay Salvell goes 6-6. Something to note there. I also cashed on this, and this was the game that I did accidentally say he doesn't know football. We're drinking. It was Vegas, but I cashed. I was right.
Hilarious.
Right?
Yeah.
BC. This game was actually close, man.
Yeah.
BC covers against Louisville, getting 26.5. And then I know you ate shit on this one, buddy. I stayed away, but
Kentucky sucks.
They are terrible. Tennessee dropping to 60, and a nice, impressive win by Tennessee.
Yeah.
Very impressive stuff. Tennessee, there's going to be too many 9-3 teams. How are you going to choose your 9-3 teams?
Yeah, the corruption is going to be in effect here. We're going to see where everybody's at. We're going to see what the agenda really is this playoff.
Tennessee 6-2. They're home to Oklahoma, home to New Mexico State in that classic rivalry, and then at Florida, and then home to the pisser Diego Pavia. I fully expect them to lose one more game probably, but they could win out. If they win out, they deserve to be in.
Yep.
If they lose one of these, it gets super dicey as far as which 9-3 teams. I personally think Tennessee is better than like Washington or something. If they go 9-3, I think Tennessee should be in over them personally. Nebraska or Washington, I think Tennessee. Where it gets interesting to me is I think I would take USC over Tennessee, but I don't know. It's close. I have to see how they play the rest of the year. It's really close to me as far as like where would you put them among 9-3 teams?
Agreed. I don't know how good Tennessee is. I think they're all right. I know GBO Farms thinks they're going to win the Natty. They haven't really beaten anybody.
What is their best win?
Syracuse or at Mississippi State?
That's why they needed to go to a 9-game schedule. It's like, look at this.
Yeah.
They don't have a win against a team with a winning record.
Yeah. I don't think Tennessee's very good. I mean, that was a good win for them last night. It is a road win, rivalry, but Vandy's going to beat their ass.
We'll see. It is in Neyland. Next up, also we cashed on.
I took the Jackrabbits. Dude. How about the Bison?
Woo! Palosek, I'm telling you, he's got this North Dakota State program back to what it was like 10, 15 years ago.
Wisconsin, hire him.
I locked up NDSU. Let's go. Next up, we had this game, and I locked up this as well. You did too.
Willie Fritz.
Dude, I was thinking about this as I was watching this because Houston, I have a ticket for Houston to make the Big 12 championship. Who knows if they will? We're close though, 7-1. He's their next year. I'm actually really optimistic about the Big 12's future with Texas Tech spending the way they do, with Cody Campbell committed to making them a blue blood. Then you have the $300 million that is coming into Kansas. I know Dub V's spending money, but Fritz is such a good coach.
Yep.
Fritz, these former Pittsburgh State Gorillas. Look at Jerry Kill and Tim Beck at Vanderbilt.
Oh yeah.
Right. Willie Fritz at Houston, 7-1. And I was coming into this year. I took a shot on it because I just think Fritz is such a good coach. But I was like, next year's the year. Next year's when I was plotting out, looking at their roster and stuff, I was like, honestly, it's probably 2 years from now that I think they're going to be like top 10 good. Next year, I think they're going to be very good, though. I think they'll be like, assuming they can retain a lot of their players. Houston's remaining schedule: home to West Virginia,
trap game
at UCF, home to TCU, and at Baylor, where who knows if Dave Aranda is even coaching it.
Their schedule's too easy where they're gonna fuck. They're gonna fuck.
They're almost afforded one more loss, though.
I know.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
They're gonna drop. The Mountaineers are gonna get them. Watch, it's gonna be the random Rich Rod game where he picks off somebody. And
if it was in Morgantown, I would be on board. I don't think they're gonna get him down there.
There's no fans at Houston, though.
They're gonna be with 7. You're 7-1.
They should be. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you.
Final game on the slate. Good God, 53-7.
I was drunk last night, but I was like, "Is that say 40-0 in the second quarter?" Oh my God!
3 of 18 on third and fourth downs were the Colorado Buffaloes. They were terrible. They had like negative 25 yards or something at halftime. I don't even remember the number. Something like that. Yeah, I knew it was a bad spot for the Buffs. That's why I faded them. But I didn't think it would be this bad. But you know what? Caden Salter's been a dud in that offense.
Yeah.
I also think Deion recently had a scrimmage for his players to leave, essentially.
Saw that. Deion just makes it up as he goes along. He's hilarious.
Well, I'll tell you this. I can understand them not being as aggressive in the portal since he was battling cancer.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe they just didn't. But, yeah, look, once he announced he got, once he announced that he got cancer, like August 10th or something, or that he was cancer-free, August 15th, whatever it was, I then bet the over 4.5 because their win total dropped. When that news came out, remember, that win total dropped. But I still think I might lose this bet, man. They're home to Arizona, at West Virginia, home to Arizona State, and at Kansas State. You need 2 wins there.
I don't know if they're going to win another one.
I don't think I'm gonna.
Yeah.
So, I think they could get 1, maybe 1, and go.
They could.
Yeah.
Do you think they could win Morgantown, or they will? They definitely can win a Morgantown. We suck, but I don't know, Deion.
I don't feel great about it though.
No. Hey, Rich Rod, year 1, November. I think they're going to start playing better. So, yeah, I think the Buffs are kind of struggling here.
Yeah. Well, it's just a lot to do too. He recently had surgery a week ago. Deion did for some blood clots or something. So it's you're battling a lot of shit. How focused can you be on football? You know what I mean?
100%.
But Utah's not dead yet. They did that with a backup quarterback. I forgot to mention that.
I know they.
They did that with a backup quarterback, but that makes it really bad. Utah's home to Cincinnati, then at Baylor, then home to Kansas State, and then at Kansas. They're gonna lose again, though, dude. I bet you they lose one more. That Kansas game.
Utah had 600 yards of offense
with their backup quarterback.
Talk about a no-show. Come on, Colorado. Jesus.
Dude, they don't. And what's crazy is they did this with only throwing for 160 yards.
Yeah.
How the fuck did this? Colorado's run defense hasn't been that bad this year, but they gave up 500 yards on the ground. What the fuck was that? All right, game balls. Let's get the hell out of here.
A&M. A&M gets my game ball. I know we shit on LSU, but that's still Death Valley in prime time. I mean, that's as good as it gets for a road win.
I will take you to BYU down double digits at halftime at a lit environment that you haven't played at since the 70s. And to battle back the way you came back, kudos to BYU. Game ball. Where are you going next?
Oh, my favorite coach, Lane Kiffin. Dude,
that probably deserved.
That's a hell of a win at Oklahoma.
That should have been my first one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I'll go with Willie Fritz though. That's a huge win right there at Arizona State. And it puts you in the really like in a good spot. I don't want to say the driver's seat, but it puts you in a very good spot. And this is just year 2 at Houston. That was such a good fucking hire. But huge road win. That's a program builder right there. So game ball to the Houston Cougars. Where are you going next?
Diego, Pavia, Vanderbilt. Yeah. They're 7-1 and they can afford a loss in the last 4 games and they'll be in the playoff. This is remarkable. I mean, this is one of the best stories in college football history that Vanderbilt has a chance to go to the college football playoff already.
Yeah, no, you're right. He's the pisser for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm going to go San Diego State going into Fresno. What is that? The Battle of the Oil Can or some shit like that. Very impressive in the way you do it to shut them out at home. That's the way it was done. They held Fresno State to just 227 yards of offense. 5 of 19 on 3rd and 4th down. Aztecs game ball. All right, folks, that's our show. Moneyline Mac is on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. The College Football Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. We will be back tomorrow night. We'll be back later tonight for college basketball. Check out the College Basketball Experience. But tomorrow night we will have the Database Top 25 and the Land Down Under. So let's go. YouTube.com/the College Experience. Hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time. Appreciate all the donations, by the way. This is the College Football Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.